2024 was a huge year for the National Association of Home Builders and the NAHB Federation. NAHB kicked off 2024 with an innovative energy codes training program created in concert with the Rhode Island Builders Association. With NAHB's support, Rhode Island's Innovative Energy Codes Training Initiative received a $1.6 million grant from the U.S. Department of Energy. In February, NAHB senior officers Carl Harris and Buddy Hughes took NAHB's housing agenda to Capitol Hill, meeting with more than a dozen influential lawmakers in key leadership positions, including House Majority Leader Steve Scalise and Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries. More than 76,000 housing professionals filled the Las Vegas Convention Center at the International Builders Show in February. It was the show's highest attendance in 15 years, and you could feel the energy. Attendees took advantage of outstanding IBS education, the chance to see the latest new products, and the best networking opportunities of the year. NAHB's biggest legislative victory of the year occurred in March, when Congress voted to maintain funding for Job Corps. After Congress threatened to entirely eliminate the Job Corps program, lawmakers, thanks largely to the efforts of NAHB, approved Job Corps' funding for $1.76 billion, a major win for the residential construction industry. That major legislative victory in March was followed in April by a massive win in the U.S. Supreme Court. The decision in the case of Sheets v. El Dorado County found that improper impact fees are not made valid just because they're authorized by state legislation. NAHB was very involved in the case for a long time, writing numerous briefs supporting the winning argument. In May, NAHB unveiled its 10-point plan to tame shelter inflation and ease the housing affordability crisis. The plan is an ambitious effort to outline specific actions that policymakers can take to boost new home production and address regulatory excess and other barriers. NAHB's senior leadership and government affairs team took the plan to Capitol Hill, the White House, and other policymakers, and injected the ideas into the mainstream during the critical election season. More than 900 housing professionals attended NAHB's premier grassroots event on Capitol Hill to push for action on energy codes, transformers, and workforce development funding. Senator Steve Daines of Montana and Representative Chuck Edwards of North Carolina spoke to NAHB members during their briefing before they began their Hill visits. In the waning days of June, the Supreme Court delivered one of its most consequential rulings in decades. The court's decision in Loper Bright Enterprises v. Raimondo reins in the federal bureaucracy and reforms the nation's broken regulatory rulemaking process. NAHB filed a friend of the court brief in the case and had sought this outcome for many years. Chairman Carl Harris and First Vice Chairman Buddy Hughes took NAHB's 10-point plan to the Republican and Democratic National Conventions as part of an effort to make housing a key election issue. And more than ever before, both political parties were talking about housing as a key issue for American voters. Hurricanes Helene and Milton left devastation in their wake in September and October. NAHB specialist Jonathan Falk was on the ground in the region after both hurricanes, helping with disaster relief and visiting local homebuilders associations to help them get back on their feet and respond to their members' and community's needs. November 5th saw one of the most consequential elections in American history. After one of the most bitter and expensive political seasons ever, the American people elected Donald Trump to return to the White House and gave the Republican Party majorities in both the House and Senate. BuildPAC enjoyed tremendous success in its efforts to help elect pro-housing, pro-business candidates to Congress. During the cycle, BuildPAC contributed over $3.1 million to 361 congressional candidates, including almost 40 new members of Congress. In all, 96% of candidates supported by BuildPAC won their races on November 5th, demonstrating the power of NAHB members to shape the outcomes that most affect their businesses. 2024 was a hugely successful year for NAHB and its members. In the United States Congress, the Supreme Court, and in the broader political arena, the NAHB Federation enjoyed major victories that will shape the policy landscape for years to come. The association's membership roll saw a great year, with the Federation gaining more than 5,300 new members in 2024. This marks the first year since the pandemic that membership has grown. And 2024 marked yet another banner year for NAHB member benefits, as members saved more than $40 million through the Member Savings Program. With an expanding lineup of exclusive offers, the program remains dedicated to delivering significant savings to NAHB members in 2025 and beyond. NAHB members look forward to another great year as the association looks to build on the success of the last one. When our members stand together and lift their voices, we do great things.